Hey guys, how's it going? I just thought I'd do a little bit of an on-location video today. I'm out driving around. I'm just leaving the library right now, and today I have my older 14-year-old kid being my cameraman today. I don't think she's too happy about it, but she's in trouble, so that happens. So parents, if you have a kid that lies and steals and accuses and some other bad stuff, you can always torture them with creative punishments. So in this case, I have decided to make her my traveling companion for these on-location videos, because I don't think she'll like having me talk to myself in public. Probably embarrass her a bit. I don't think she's going to say anything, because she doesn't want to anyway. I was just doing a little bit of an errand there and dropping off some movies back at the library that we borrowed. It was a mixture of some classics and new films, which is always nice to see. And I just thought I would let you guys see a little bit around the area near where I live. I always, say in my videos that I live in a pretty rural area or semi-rural or whatever. So I thought I'd actually let you guys see near my house pretty much exactly what it looks like. And as you can see, pretty rural. Go ahead and show like out the windows and all that. It's a real beautiful area here in southeast Indiana, and the beautiful part of it is even though I am in this area, I'm still near Cincinnati, which is obviously obviously a major metropolitan area. So, I can, there's plenty of employment in this region and all that. So that's always a good thing. Right now we are actually doing our first trip to some hiking trails this year. It has been, at least in this area, pretty cold and wet this year up to this point, which is why we haven't gone earlier. And as you can see, spring is in full bloom around here. So this is a perfect day to do it. It's a Sunday, and tomorrow I start my new job, so I figured, hey, today would be a really nice day to do this. And that's pretty much it for this part. We are gonna actually be passing into Ohio at some point, and I want to show. Once we do that, we'll get there, and I'll kind of explain what's going on there. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Guys, here we are driving down just a 2-lane road here, and we are actually just now. We just passed into Ohio. There's no grand sign or anything here. This is definitely a rural back way to get into Ohio. And we are now officially in Hamilton County, Ohio, which obviously borders where I live. I live in Dearborn County, Indiana, and they're right next to each other. And of course, if you're familiar with this region, you know that Hamilton County is the county that has Cincinnati in it, the major metropolitan area that I was talking about. Obviously, in this part of Hamilton County, we are in the extreme western end here. There's not a whole lot going on. It's just there's a barn over there, a whole bunch of trees. This is obviously pretty, still pretty rural, like I said. And that's, again, just more the appeal of this area. Real nice. So yeah, even in a in the same county as a major U.S. city, we still have this. So not too shabby, in my opinion. We right now are passing through I'm not sure exactly what this is. It's a small historical little village. There's an abandoned gas station. Hey, look, a mobile home trailer park. There you go. So, It's not too large. It's got a coffee shop over there. We're near a place called Addiston, but this is not Addiston. This is... And to be truthful, I'm not exactly sure what this place is called. I don't have a map out handy, so I can't give you the exact name. But this is a little town that a lot of it's abandoned, but there is still some active stuff around here. So it's one of those kind of semi-interesting, semi-abandoned small towns. It's a fairly nice house right there, and we're already through it. That was quick. Now, if you look over there, looks like we got a topsoil company or some sort of excavating going on, and with all the rain we've been getting, normally there's not anywhere near that amount of water down there, but with all the rain we've been getting, it's completely filled up, and basically they now are small lakes. It's too big to be a pond. So we're approaching the park here. This one is called Shawnee Lookout, and it is a really nice Hamilton County park. And to gain access, there's nobody in the little guard, well, not guards thing, but they check a permit. See, I got my permit right here on the windshield, but I don't want to permanently affix it because it kind of makes a mess. So I just kind of stick it on there when I'm entering the park, and then I take it back off. And then I take it off and stick it back on this paper, and then just stick it down there for storage. And there are 3 hiking trails at this park, which we will be partaking in today. Now, whether we do all 3 honestly depends on my stamina. We'll see, we might. I'm feeling pretty good today, so there's a archaeological museum which we might check out too. That looks like I just hit a tree branch, whatever. I guess it's because they're low hanging. And obviously this is just the entry road that we're going up right now to the parking area near the trails, which is obviously our destination. And there's playgrounds and all that, of course, for little kids. There's all sorts of stuff here. It's pretty much a typical park. So hey, look, right there is the playground. Hooray, right? And the parking area is right here, which is where we're going to be parking. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and stop here for a moment, and when we see something interesting on the trails, we'll pick back up. See you guys in a bit. Right, guys, here we are kind of walking through an open field through the forest. You can see back there, we see the actual forest. And then we got this gap here, and we see some electrical lines running along that large tower there. And, you know, they go on for a pretty good stretch. And there are several of these breaks on this trail. This is certainly not my first time walking this trail. And I don't know why, but for some reason, this reminds me a bit of some scenes from the Walking Dead. I don't know why. It's just kind of some of the locations they shoot. And I mean, obviously, there's a ton of, if you're at all even remotely familiar with the show, you know, there's tons and tons of scenes where they're in the woods. And, you know, some scenes that just look a little reminiscent of this. It's not like dead on or anything, because we're not down in Georgia where they shoot. But it just reminds me of it a bit, so I just thought I'd show this off because I think it's an interesting thing to see. Of course, these high power lines are always kind of neat to look at. So, and no, this isn't particularly interesting, guys. It was kind of an old horror movie, Stand By the creepy moss-covered dead tree. Anyway, it's just nice, obviously, seeing all this greenery. And obviously we're in a pretty thick canopy of trees and brush here, going down this trail. real thick. The only downside there were a couple of downsides to coming out today, and one of the fact, since it has been so wet, the ground is still quite muddy. So lots of mud going on, and it's only about 50 degrees today, which is a bit chilly but manageable. Just wearing this lovely jacket, so not so cold. But there are definitely better days to do this, but just thought it'd be nice to take the chance. And there you go, you got some sunlight coming through. That's always pretty. So, alright guys, here we are in the next point of interest. This is an actual, view. There is a bench here you can sit down on and take a Kappa squat, and then you see that view there. And if you actually look at this sign here, it explains what's going on. Indiana's right there and Ohio's right there, so we're pretty near the border. And you are here, and there's a bug right there. So there's the Great Miami River flowing. So let's go ahead and it's only about 1.25 miles from 275 as the crow flies. 275 is the loop interstate around Cincinnati. So just to give you guys a reference point. And yeah, if you look out there, Indiana's over there and Ohio's right here. Let's see if we can do some zoom work here. Yep. And there you go. You guys a little bit better view. And it looks like we just got a field down there, some houses, more trees. Standard stuff for a view. So anyway, that's it. See you guys in a bit. Alright guys, here we are on our second trail of the day. And back there we obviously got some thick underbrush, but that's not really what I'm wanting to show off here. This is a lovely view here, and that river down there is the Ohio River. So the hills on the other side are Kentucky, since we're in Ohio. And let me go ahead and zoom a bit. Pretty cool. Looks nice and tranquil from here. And real nice to look at. So, alright guys, I couldn't pass this up. We're just going up some stairs on a hill here in the woods. And we got a tree. It looks like it was just recently fell over, probably due to a recent storm or something. Obviously this shouldn't be here like this, so let's go ahead and kind of pass underneath this. Thankfully it's just requires some ducking. Let's see, I wish we could see the other side here. Can't really see much anything on that, so I just thought that was good. So here we are in one of the open areas, and obviously right there is a tower for the high voltage lines, but that's not really why I stopped exactly. I wanted to show you guys. Looks like we definitely got some bird activity going on there. In fact, I just saw a bird land on one of these. So yeah, birds make their homes on these power lines towers. So I just thought that was a little bit interesting. Onward. Alright guys, here we are at the second Ohio River overlook on this trail. So on that second trail that I was telling you guys about. And again, that's Kentucky. And here in the tri-state area, it's not uncommon to go through all three states in one day, just going around running errands or whatever, especially for me since I live in Indiana. Now, if you don't live in Indiana, you may not pass into it that much, because of the three states in this tri-state area, Indiana is kind of the least developed, well, at least in this region. Of course, Indiana has some pretty large cities. It has Indianapolis in the center of the state, and of course, it borders Chicago, Gary, Indiana, and all that. But at least in the specific part of the state that I'm in, southeast Indiana, it's pretty undeveloped compared to at least northern Kentucky and southwest Ohio. So, well, guys, I just thought I'd get up on this stump here because, hey, how often do you get to make a video where you're standing on a stump in the woods, right? Now, I have to admit, my kid had to help me get up here a little bit. She kind of showed me the way because my climbing skills aren't what they were when I was a kid. So, hey, here I am on a stump, and I'm going to try jumping down. Let's see how good my landings still are. Yep, old people, this is for you. Not bad for a middle-aged guy. All right, guys, now I know I mentioned that the name of this park is Shawnee Lookout. Now, the reason it's called that is this used to be, Shawnee Indian territory is what this was. The Shawnee tribe lived in this region, obviously before colonization and all that took place, and all of the sad parts of our history. But right now here we have a burial mound, and obviously it's ancient, and there's some, I guess, dead Shawnee tribes people underneath there. So there you go. Just thought I'd point that out. There's one major downside to coming to trails on muddy days, and yeah, that is falling down hills. Now, I'm a little past where I fell. Let me go ahead and zoom here. If I can. Jeez, I can't work my own camera. There we go. I fell down there.
Want me to show you?
And yeah, I'm fine, except got a bunch of clothes. No, I'm fine. I got a bunch of mud on my clothes as well as myself. And it really, the way I fell, oh my God, talk about hurting my left shoulder. Not a fun experience. So, all right, guys, there we have a stump with some like shelf fungus on it, which is kind of neat. It's off to the side a bit. I really don't want to go too far off the trail to get that that shot for you. Oh, we just heard a bird. So anyway, I just like the way that looks and thought it was worth throwing into the video. Almost back to the car now, and thankfully my left shoulder is feeling much, much better. I'm sure it'll be fine in no time. Here we are kind of at a little bit of a historical site. That over there is just a standard log cabin, and over there is a schoolhouse. Now we're going to get a bit of a closer look here, but apparently that cabin was built for husband, wife, and 9 kids. I cannot imagine that. Wow, that just sounds, at least to us modern people, terrible. Living in a space that small with that many people. And then there's a schoolhouse. Let's go ahead and take a walk here, and we'll go down towards the cabin first and see what we can see with it. I don't think this path was here originally back in 1795, which is when this was supposedly built. And I think if it was a log, no, it doesn't really look like much of a log cabin anymore. Obviously, it's been had some work done. Roof looks pretty new, and obviously it looks like we got some brick and mortar here. This is probably all done over the original wood, I'm guessing. Obviously, it's locked. We can't get into this thing. So let's take a look here. I can go down here. And it looks like we got a bit of a walkway, and then we got this, I guess, very old basement. And it's locked. We can't get in, which is not unexpected. Let's see what's around the back here. That's definitely not original. I guess there's some sort of utility running in here, perhaps electricity, water, gas. I'm not sure exactly what all is running into this thing, but obviously it's on a grid of some sort, which is... So my guess is they still use this building for some sort of perhaps educational purposes or presentations from time to time. Otherwise, why bother running any sort of utilities to it? So that's pretty much it. Now we're going to go ahead and take a walk over towards the schoolhouse. It's not going to be open probably. And over there you can see a birdhouse. We'll go ahead and walk towards that real quick, see if we can see any birds in it. Sorry for the shaky cam, guys, but that's how it goes when you're walking and filming. Oh man, get up there. And there's that birdhouse, and unfortunately there's not really any birds feeding or nesting or whatever on it right now. And let's see what we can figure out on this schoolhouse. Again, I'm sure there's been some work done to this over the centuries, more than likely. Ooh, we got a plaque out front. Let's see what she says. It says, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, this is the log cabin. My mistake. I have it backwards, guys. The other building that we were looking at was the schoolhouse, and it says historic log cabin. So, there you go. Apparently, the guy was a soldier in the Revolutionary War. Exciting stuff. So, alright, maybe that's not so bad. Well, still 9 kids is a lot. But of course, back in those days, there was an extremely high infant mortality rate. So, yeah. And we got utilities running in there of some sort. Yeah, we got some electric cord going up the side there. And not sure how historically accurate that is, but maybe they did have lessons or whatever outside. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. Guys, here we are in the archaeological museum, as they call it here, and it's pretty small. It's really just kind of a room. It's not even a large room. We've got over here a timeline of Indians in this region going on. Of course, with some info about them, and then a model of the Hopewell house, I guess the Hopewell Indians, the type of dwelling that they lived in. So along these lines, and arrowheads and such. There we got some other stuff. And it looks like we got some bones there. So over here we got some tools. Yada yada yada. Anyway, that's it. Well, guys, this is the last part of the video. I just figured I'd do a little bit of a wrap up. We are leaving the park now, and it was fun. We had a good time going out and hiking those 2 trails, even though I took a little bit of a fall, but that's all right. I am recovered now. I actually feel totally fine, so no harm, no foul, and yeah, good times. And that's pretty much it. Let me know in the comments below how you liked this video, if you like this kind of on location, kind of random video where I show off some local points of interest here in the Cincinnati area. If you like it, let me know. If you hate it, let me know. Anyway, as always, if you did like this, thumbs up. If you hate me, thumbs down. Share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thanks a whole lot for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.